it, match their distance. So I'm gonna have to give a huge advantage going into this to Invigorate. And Gold, are we ready to start? I'm just asking if you're ready.
Yeah, I'm good to go, man. I'm good.
All right, just making sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would tend to agree. Invigorate also attacking first, and that is where we saw them at their most successful, was on their attacking runs. So they get to set the pace of this game right off the bat here. I definitely, I definitely want to see D-Pro playing a lot more conservative on those defenses, because you saw on their first defense on Kings Row getting picked off immediately by when he was on the Reaper out there. And then their second defense trying to play aggressively on Tracer, and once again being picked off immediately. And losing a member on those first points is almost a guaranteed loss of the point if you're the first pick. So definitely looking to D-Pro to play a lot more reserved and keep himself, prioritize his life a little bit so that they can make a little bit more successful of a defense.
Yep, and who do you D-Pro obviously going to be that star player, I would say, right now on Invigorate to come out and shine. I couldn't agree more with what you just said. But I'm going to be looking at Cryo, and I'm going to be looking specifically at a Huggable guy to almost continue his performance. While I wouldn't say and AJ, while I wouldn't say that Huggable guy outplayed Supreme Errands by any means on the Soldier, but we did see, I would say that he was almost like the bane of D-Pro, where I saw him kill D-Pro more than anyone, and I'm going to have to watch him continue that as they go into this.
D-Pro actually swapping off of the Pharah at the last second, swapping it on the Tracer instead. And instead of running, it looked like they were going to run a bit of a divey comp. They are going to be running a much more static comp here, with only the Tracer going forward looking for spawns. But there's D-Pro being taken down by JHV, who's now on the Ana. Nice biotic nade from JHV taking D-Pro down there. But a lot of free cart space being given to the attack. Most teams don't really want to contest anything before this first choke point. It's here that they will try to make their stand, and that's what's going to happen here. Joker not allowing it to move forward any longer and going to just charge in there, but taken down very low. Luckily that biotic grenade from JHV going to be able to amplify the heals, keep him alive. Sauce rather, also playing the Ana this time, but there's Joker being taken down. So this might be the opportunity now that Invigorate is looking for. A golden bullet onto the Lionheart, something we haven't seen before. Scorchy on the Zarya. So this is a bit of a new composition from Invigorate, but it seems to be working for them as they're pushing through this first point. And they actually, looking at their ultimate economy here, they are going to have Deadeye and Nano Boost here to use. The Nano actually goes out onto the Reinhardt, onto Golden Bullet, but he's not really able to get much done with it. Does get the Earth Shatter up and knocks a couple of people down, and there it is. Now we're seeing the follow-up we needed here from Invigorate, as they are eventually going to come out up on top of that fight. They had to use every ultimate to get there, but they managed to take the first point and start moving into second.
Yep, and honestly, Supreme Errands, whether it be on Soldier or McCree, going absolutely off, getting 5 picks just in a continuous motion. And right now, they're going to be taking high ground, and I couldn't agree more with them. D-Pro now going on to Soldier, realizing the Tracer isn't going to be working, and they cannot let Invigorate take high ground in this. With the double hit scan, especially with Aaron's on the tree right now with how he's playing, if they give up the high ground, they're going to lose this fight immediately, I would say.
And look at Aaron, does manage to take over the high ground control. At the same time, Golden Bullet down low getting a kill. A Graviton coming in. That is exactly what they did. Aaron just managed to walk around the edge of the building and just bully Lucio down. And once they lost that high ground control, like you said, they lost all sort of any chance of winning that fight. We saw Aaron just going up there and laying down round after round on top of them. They do manage to come back out here and contest this at the last second, but not going to be having any staying power. And the kills are still going the way of Invigorate here, as they're going to push it through the second checkpoint. Now coming into third with over 4.5 minutes left to finish up the map. And you gotta think that they're gonna be able to do it with the ultimates they've got available for them.
Yep, and definitely, but also ults up for the side of Cryo. This next fight is gonna have ults everywhere, as both sides have minimum 4. Invigorate gonna have 5 ults any second now. Definitely gonna have it up as all 5 ults are up. But DPro immediately getting a pick. They're gonna drop the B and they're gonna pop everything with this huge ult advantage that they do have.
But JHV still with that resurrect, so we're going to be looking for that. There it is. Picks up 3, I think. But Aaron with the Deadeye on the back of it managed to take down Mr. Assassin. So good, definitely a good pick there. Going to remove one of those hit scans from the fight, and they are going to be able to keep this pushing forward. Sound barrier now coming out though from Cryo. Going to be keeping them all healthy on this point. And should mean that Invigorate just has to back out here and regroup. Only a few meters left for them to go, and plenty of time to do it, as they're going to be coming back in. Scorch is about to have that Graviton. Golden Bullet getting very close to another Earth Shatter here. And yeah, they're looking strong to complete this map here as we come in here with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left to go.
Graviton up for both sides, but however, Deadeye going to be that faster. And Assassin popping it immediately, but obviously being a zone and ult to force them. D-Pro actually sneaking around and getting a kill onto Assassin because of that huge Graviton up for the side of Invigorate, and the follow through is all there. However, JHB does die with that res, so he cannot do this. It's all up to Huggable Guy right now to stagger it out long enough for JHB to bring it out. And now the stagger coming out for the side of Cryo, as that is all they can do right now. JHB is gonna be forced to pop the res, getting at least 3 people in it, but there's still no follow through, as all the kills right now going for nothing but Invigorate.
As Supreme using that Deadeye to try to zone. Sound barrier coming out here, and a swinging rocket propelled hammer from Golden Bullet gonna be clearing this zone out pretty easily. JHV coming back out and stalling as long as possible, but going to fall as well. I mean, we do see Ironic on here. Joker coming back out, going to fall. This stall is lasting forever, but eventually it's going to end. 2:07 still on the clock here for Invigorate on a very, very impressive attack on Dorado.
They started that final push with 5 minutes, not final push, but that final stage with 5 minutes left, and they knocked it down all the way down to 2 minutes. So even though they did take it with a very good time bank, Cryo finally getting their footing in this map right on the last point, and I'm gonna have to say that they're gonna have to start this momentum on offense, because I feel like should they take it to another overtime, Cryo could possibly take this map as well. As they showed, like, they were warming up, they finally got their footing on that last point. They finally held it down. They finally stabilized. Holy shoot.
Yeah, no matter what, Cryo definitely going to have to put up a very impressive attack here. We're probably going to see the same kind of composition out of them as we saw on First Point Kings Row. Mr. Assassin on the Genji, Huggable onto Tracer, AJ back onto the Roadhog. And of course Joker, everyone else playing their normal roles. On the defense, Aaron playing McCree, D-Pro on Soldier 76 still, so going with the double hit scan here. Still having sauce on Anna and logging out on Lucio too, so.
Yep. And Cryo just taking a nice seat onto the moon as they start into this. But D-Pro starting out that iffy, getting immediately picked off on the Tracers, immediately switching that Soldier, and the value immediately came in as he started getting picks after picks with Aaron's on the McCree. An absolute showing with those two on right now. And Even though going in Dorado, Cryo not running their dive prompt, which I'm kind of sad about. I personally thought their dive prompt was amazing.
Yeah, I definitely, you know, I was expecting to see a little bit more aggressive out of them, but looks like they're going more for a comp based around getting through this choke point, and taking Aaron down there is going to be very, very helpful for them doing that. Not quite as much pressure now on Huggable in the back lines. He's able to just go crazy. Huggable taking down Sauce as well, and that is exactly what they're going to need. Golden Bullet falling without those Ana heals to keep him up. And yes, one by one, the side of Invigorate falling, and Cryo doing a really good job of keeping the cart moving while staggering out these deaths, so making it very, very difficult, almost impossible for Invigorate to come back in as a full 6 and contest this. And, you know, the kills continue to get staggered out. First point captured very quickly there by Cryo. Exactly the kind of push they needed here as they're trying to match or beat this time bank put up by Invigorate. They definitely are on pace to do that.
Yep, I couldn't agree more, but just Huggable guy doing so much work on the Tracer, getting kill onto screen, then the Ana, then doing massive damage to D-Pro, and then forcing Scorchy to run away. Huggable guy is gonna be the guy they're gonna have to shut down if Invigorate's gonna want to win this. A huge hook from AJ, taking D-Pro immediately off the high ground, which is gonna help them push things into this next stage as they get at church phase.
Invigorate maintaining this high ground as long as possible, but eventually they're going to have to drop down. Dragonblade coming in from Assassin, not going to get anything right off the bat, using all of his resets on it, but the kills are coming in elsewhere, and yes, this is going to be Cryo continuing to take this fight, getting kill after kill, and, you know, still staggering them out, so again, it's not going to be easy here for anyone to come back in. Assassin Aaron swapping onto the Soldier and D-Pro onto the Tracer now, trying to do anything they can to stop this forward progress. They are managing to delay some time off, but I think that, you know, these kills still going the way of Cryo. Finally, an Earthshatter coming out from Golden Bullet might be enough to stabilize, but I'm not sure. Still kills going the way, and now we're going to see a sound barrier coming in from Cryo. Nobody's going to be caught in that Graviton, and these kills are still coming in for Cryo. Huggable guy going absolutely massive, has been untouched on this Tracer. Nano Boost finally going to come out onto D-Pro. Is it going to be enough for him to do anything? It is definitely going to be enough for him to get that ultimate up. It's Aaron as well with the Tactical Visor putting in some work over the top, but there's the res. JHV picks everyone back up, and Huggable gets D-Pro right off the res. So this is exactly what Cryo's looking for, getting that resurrect. Everyone's off the point. Invigorate leaves the objective, and Cryo is able to push it through, coming into the third point with about the same amount of time that Invigorate did. And Cryo looking very strong to match this time of Invigorate.
Yup, and D-Pro now back on the Tracer. Maybe things has changed as he drops a post bomb but doesn't get anyone. There's no follow through, and all he did was just supercharge JHV's ult, as he's gonna have res into this next fight. But as we get into this next fight, a huge ult advantage for Cryo. They could finish this right now. Logging out's gonna have to get his sound barrier up, as Sauce has just switched on to Zenyatta and he's not gonna have Transcendence. A huge shatter coming out, Pulse Bomb coming out, Scorchy living with barely any life but gets immediately taken down. However, Invigorate 4 picks now, 3 picks, 5 picks now for them, 3 picks only for the side of Cryo, as it's a complete team kill for Invigorate. But now a few ults gone, and now the ult economy shifting back towards the favor of Invigorate now.
Yeah, JHV being taken down with the Resurrect, was trying to hide underneath where the payload is and get the res, the cheeky res through the wall, but the fight kind of pushed forward a little bit. D-Pro taken down by his own pulse bomb there, going to be a huge pick, but this Graviton locking everyone in one place. Maybe the follow-up is there, but no, Mr. Assassin with the Dragon Blade, the only one able to get these kills right now is Golden Bullet on the Winston, and this is going to be Cryo pushing forward. Tac Visor coming in from Aaron though in the back line, taking out Huggable, but not going to be enough. JHV coming back in on the Mercy right now. Gonna be trying to get back in, but no, actually not gonna be able to get back in right now. Going to want to regroup with the team once more, but now getting into the area where Invigorate finished last time. So Cryo wants to finish on this next push if they are looking to even the scores here.
Yep, and this being a payload map, so even for even say for should all the time in the bank we go out, they will still have a second chance. So right now it's just a challenge to finish the map. But Huggable Guy getting 2 huge picks, Transcendence being popped, 2 kills in return right now from Invigorate, but Transcendence going out and people going low. We have somebody joining our group, but kills still coming in for both sides as no, but Invigorate finally gets the upper hand, and they're going to solidify on this point and finally stabilize again.
Yep, that is going to be Invigorate holding on here, getting Cryo down below their amount of time in here. Less than 2 minutes left on the clock here for Cryo to complete the map. Death Blossom available for D-Pro. We've seen him put in work with that ultimate before. So we're going to be looking for him to set up in the right place for it, but Golden Bullet going to be the first to fall, opening up this defense just a little bit here for Cryo. But a Earthshatter getting nothing here, blocked entirely by a personal blow from Scorchy, and Deepro with the Death Blossom gets one as well. Now Tactical Visor coming out from Supreme Aaron, kind of a little bit of a waste, I think. Might have wanted to wait for that right there, the Resurrect coming in, but all members of Cryo back up on this point, but D-Pro still alive in the back lines. Huggable able to get a pick with that pulse bomb, but D-Pro just going in right now, completely uncontested on this Reaper.
Yep, and Aaron's getting a kill onto the Genji as Mercy finally goes down, and now it's only Huggable Guy left as he's gonna back up and regroup with his team. And D-Pro on this Reaper has been absolutely a work right now, as he is honestly the raid box that Cryo needs to be if they want to push this. Every time I've seen them get picked, it's always been him who's brought it back and gotten picks of his own. Honestly, he's going off and doing even more work than Aaron's, which is super surprising. Yep, and D-Pro going off it right over there, getting 3 picks, 4 including his own. And like I said, there'll be moments where D-Pro's the worst player and could be absolutely the best. And that's one of the moments where he turned out to be the best right at the end. But Golden Bullet, not normally their Ryan player, but still doing amazing work, picking up the black for Diclan not being there.
Yeah, laying down the law with that Earthshatter. And I mean, we definitely saw a lot better Ryan play out of Golden Bullet this game than we did out of logging out the last game, logging out unable to really block any of the Earthshatter. Well, he was just losing those Rhine games. You know, he was not being able to land his charges, not hitting the Earthshatters through the shield of the enemy Rhine. You know, the little things that make a Reinhardt a good Reinhardt. And you know, if your Reinhardt is consistently losing that Rein battle, you're really going to notice it. And I think that was one of the major factors for Invigorate in that last game. But turning it around, winning Dorado, and that brings us to Hollywood, right?
Yes, and I'm just asking for I'm just asking what side they want as I just set up the lobby.
Well, Hollywood will definitely be fun to see. Pretty similar, I'd say, to Kings Row in a lot of ways, but also with some pretty distinct differences. But a lot of the same principles apply. I think we're probably going to see.
Yep, and Cryo has also told me that they do want offense, so I could completely understand why they would. They went offense first on Kings Row, and that went out amazing for them, and possibly trying to repeat the same thing on this.
Yeah, the thing is, when you're the offensive team first, you, like I said, you get to set the pace, you get to define how the entire map is going to be played, and you know, there had to be a little bit of panic setting in there at the end for the side of Cryo as they started to get down below that 3-minute mark and below the 2-minute mark, and think, okay, well, you know, we haven't even completed the map yet, but we still need to. We're still worrying about that time bank, about the extra rounds. So, you know, Cryo looking to be the ones who are in the driver's seat going into those extra rounds rather than being, you know, kind of being the passenger like they were the last game.
Yep, and I couldn't agree more. But like I said in Dorado, I feel a lot's going to be coming down in between right now. D-Pro and Golden Bullet. Golden Bullet, not only their main tank usually playing the off tank, but has been playing amazing and has been honestly covering the slack where they normally do have, and I feel like a lot of pressure is going to be on them to continue carrying that weight of the Die Clan.
Yeah, it looks like they're actually going to be running a dive defense here as well, with Golden Bullet on the Winston, D-Pro playing the Pharah, but very, very aggressive. Oh, I guess they did switch off of the triple DPS for the attack, but AJ on the Zarya now, so going that 2-2-2 dive kind of composition from the attack. We're looking to get in on this point very quickly, and there's a whole lot of them up on this high ground here. That's where they're going to be looking to go. And the dive does come in onto this high ground, trying to take down Zenyatta as soon as possible. Ironic, so far, Sauce was so far surviving, but was taken down there. 1 kill, 2 kills going the way of Invigorate, though, as they're trying to hold on. But these spawns are favoring the attacker, so Scorchy still putting in work, but not going to be enough. We do see Aaron all the way up on this high ground right now, not going to be taken down very easily, but also not able to contest this point. Probably going to jump down any second now, as we are going to see one coming down to contest here. D-Pro taken down, only going to be Sauce, Aaron, and Golden left here. Aaron doing a very good job of just staying up on this high ground, but he can't stay there forever as his team is falling down around him. And yeah, that is going to be the first point taken. Pretty quick time being set so far here by Cryo, as this is exactly what they were looking for, going on the attack first.
Yeah, sure, but definitely, Blake. But yep, I couldn't agree more. A lot of work being done on these on this DPS. Huggable guy just getting so many picks, outputting so much damage. He killed the Pharah, by the way, D-Pro. It wasn't Assassin, it wasn't Jokers, it was the Huggable on the Tracer, which is amazing. And they're going to start this next fight diving in, but the follow-through isn't there, as Golden Bullet's just diving by himself.
And the Primal Rage coming out in the backline from Joker, not able to get any kills out of it, and actually going to be feeding a whole lot of ult charge himself, but sound barriers now coming out from both sides, but huge sound barriers actually hitting all 12 players there. So that is something we don't see very often these days. Huggable Guy taking Sauce out though, and the Graviton coming in from AJ should be enough now for this attack to keep pushing forward. Cryo getting all of these kills in the feed as it is being painted entirely red. And we are going to see them pushing forward here, coming around the third corner of second phase, and looking pretty strong to complete out this second phase as well. Joker and Mr. Assassin, everyone diving right in here. Sauce and Scorchy rather, unable to survive that, logging out, falling down as well. And this is definitely going to be a capture coming in. Maybe a bit of delay from Invigorate, I'm not sure. They definitely can't get out there as a full 6. Golden Bullet going to be taken down. Swapping out of the Roadhog now. D-Pro on Tracer being taken down, and Sauce as well. And this attack has just not stopped rolling forward. 4:45 on the clock right now for Cryo. This is exactly where we saw them coming in both Kings Row and Dorado, and they ended up getting whittled down quite a bit. But you know, you got to think maybe third time's the charm. Maybe they can push it through here and clean out the map with a lot of time left.
Yep, and right now they need something going. The DPS from the side of Invigorate right now lacking, as the picks are not coming in. Scorchy shooting a Graviton from downtown, but getting absolutely no one. However, Depot does find something at the last second with a pulse bomb. Transcendence being popped, but obviously Transcendence cannot out-heal something doing more than 300 damage. And as they take this fight, Cryo gonna be forced to back up and retreat. However, ult advantage now in favor for the side of Cryo as they group up for this next attack, and it's gonna be interesting. However, Ironic getting a late pick off. Now on the Zenyatta. Was he always on the Zenyatta? I'm sorry, that's actually throwing me off. GHB is such an amazing Mercy. I'm surprised they aren't running it. But regardless, as they get into this huge ult advantage, 4 ults up for the side of Cryo, 5 ults nearly with that Graviton not that far away. Beat getting dropped a little bit early as that won't be up for anything. However, Aaron popping Tactical Visor, but it's not gonna matter. Huggable Guy dropping the bomb, only getting the Zarya out of it. However, Assassin in the backline just carving it out, as all DPSs now chase down Supreme Aaron's and get the kill on him, but he barely escapes with his life.
Well, and that the whole hog coming in from Golden Bullet was definitely enough to turn this attack around. Cryo doing the same thing they did on the last couple of maps, getting in here to this third point with a lot of time, but having a hard time finishing out the map. They're going to be coming in, no ultimates ready just yet, but almost up to that Primal Rage and the Trance. Now the Primal Rage available, coming out immediately, and they're going to be using that, but the Nano coming out on the Golden Bullet, he's going to be able to put out a lot of damage on this Roadhog now, but not really finding anything with it. So his team going to be falling around him, and this is exactly what Cryo is looking for, getting all of the kills in the feed right now, chasing down Aaron as the last person, but everyone's going to be falling as Cryo trying to finish out this map, pushing up here. Coming back in on the Diva is going to be Golden Bullet, but no one jumping on the cart just yet. There's Golden Bullet getting out there, but he's discorded, pulse bombed, and zapped right out of that. Aaron now going to have to jump on just to keep his team contesting, but all of these kills still coming in for Cryo, and Cryo going to, while not quite completing the map just yet, a pulse bomb from D-Pro picks up 2, but Dragon Blade from Assassin is there as he's going to take out D-Pro and logging out, and finally they're going to be able to capture it. 1:35 left on the clock here for Cryo as they take 3 points.
Yep, and honestly a very decent time for the side of Invigorate. And the reason why I'm saying that, because they came in with a lot of time in the bank. Invigorate obviously being a really good team, I could definitely see them finishing the map and pushing this in overtime and possibly even taking it in overtime. But right now, they need to not waste as much time as possible. We saw in Kings Row that Invigorate sort of struggled on taking the first point. I feel a lot's going to be on this first point. Should they struggle if it takes more than 2 team fights, I'm going to have to say it's going to be very difficult for Invigorate to win this.
I could not agree more. You know, this first point is the one where you have the most time going in. So, you know, as long as you are able to use a minimal amount of that initial 4 minutes, you know, you end up going into the second and third phase with that time still left over. But of course, yeah, we saw them on King's Road taking you know, 2 or 3 minutes just to crack that first point, and then, you know, the time boost you get from the first point capture is just enough to bring you up to where you were before. So definitely, if they're looking to, you know, roll through and really set a great time, they are going to want to take this first point very quickly. A minute 35 is a good time. I would not call it a great time. So Invigorate definitely can complete this map in less time if they come out strong on this attack here. Deepro playing the Widow right now. Okay, never mind. Switching onto the Tracer. I've seen Deepro on the Widow before, and he's pretty darn good at it. But playing the Tracer, going a little bit more standard. And look at this defense. Every one of them sitting up on this high ground. Triple tank coming out from them. They do not want to be losing members, but AJ going to be going down very early there. Supreme Aaron taking him, and you know, Golden Bullet down as well. But this even fight so far favoring the attackers, and there they go. The kills now coming in as D.Va is demeched and taken down, and no one's contesting this point just yet. They had to wait for Jokers to get back in here on this Reinhardt, but finally contesting as that first tick is about, or the second tick about halfway unlocked. And yes, now they're going to unlock the second tick and keep it ticking upwards. Cryo pushed back off of this point, and now they can't even contest, as that point was taken very quickly by Invigorate. 5:30 left on their clock as they start pushing forward, and these split spawns are probably going to come in. Joker and Assassin being caught out of position here, so unless they can get away here, they are probably going to get picked off, but it does look like they're going to be getting away. JHV actually switching now onto that Mercy and trying to farm up that Resurrect, so already halfway there. And going to be looking at that being a factor very early here. And Deepro getting picked off means that the defense can come up here. Yeah, they're going to contest this right off. Cryo not letting it push forward another inch. Golden Bullet going to be taken down, as well as a very good initiation comes in from Cryo. And they got that first pick, and they wasted no time getting onto the point and stopping it right then and there. That's exactly what you want to see out of a defense.
Yep, and going into this next fight, huge ult event for Invigorate, as they have all 6 ults up online, with Graviton just being off, and Scorchy finally gets his 6 ults against another 6 ults, as Diva Bomb and Hohog not that far away. Ults are going to be flying this fight, as 4 ults so far wasted on the side of Invigorate. Well, not wasted, but used. And but every ult, Diva Bomb being the only one not used in this fight, along with Whole Hog being used. However, winners of this coming out in bigger as they get in. Diva Bomb getting someone, but it might be a little bit too late, as everyone on Cryo is falling.
AJ, though, with the Whole Hog, going to be able to knock people back for a few seconds, but yeah, not going to be able to stay alive there, as it is going to be pushed forward here by Invigorate. Now they're just trying to take out Huggable, who is a little bit out of position, but being helped out by some of his teammates. And it looks like he's going to be able to stay alive, and it's logging out actually that falls. So once again, the defense has an advantage here, and they're going to get right on the cart, and they're not going to let it move forward again. Doing a really good job of delaying this time. You know, they might lose this second point. There's still a whole lot of time left here for Invigorate to capture it out. But, oh, and we have a disconnect. Joker's being taken out of the game there.
Obviously, this is their second disconnect. So obviously, timer continuing. They will not have their regular 5 minutes, but they will have 4 minutes remaining, because JHP did get back as quick as he possibly could. But as we go into this, as we take a quick break just from this, they've been playing amazing. We're just gonna give a few seconds for Jokers are ready up and everything, and we're gonna start it right away. But they've burned through a lot of time. They started this second street phase, well, saloon stage, in Westworld, and they've already killed 2 minutes. Going into this, definitely if Joker can get that quick on this, they can even kill more time. They're obviously going to be forced to give quite a bit of distance to take this. JHV going down, a bit unfortunate with the disconnect as the series of connections not coming through.
Yeah, and, very unfortunate there. Cryo losing that point because of that.
I'm actually getting told by a lot of people outside the league and in the league that apparently Overwatch is having some lag, some connection issues right now, as other people outside the game are lagging as well. Yeah, like outside of this game.
Well, that's not good to hear. Hopefully that can get resolved for the rest of our games tonight, but Cryo getting reestablished on this point now that they've got their main tank back, and they're not letting it move forward for free. Hollywood looks like it's a very well-practiced map for them, and they're doing very well on this defense so far, just delaying time off of this Invigorate clock. Tactical Visor coming in now for Huggable, able to take Sauce down, and that really is all you need to take out the push. Yeah, logging out, taken down as well, and this is going to be another hold here from Cryo, but look at that ultimate economy on that top left side. They're going to be coming in with pretty much everything, only the Graviton left to come up, but D-Pro being taken down. That'll delay them a little longer. Not if Golden Bullet decides to just go in though, and they are going to get AJ out of that. So that might be enough to get this moving forward, going for the Earth Shatter at a bit of a questionable time. But here comes the Resurrect coming in from JHV, trying to keep this moving forward here. And we'll see. Supremacy coming in with that Tactical Visor, able to get one, but yeah, no, the Cryo holding strong right now. Good res from JHV, bringing all members of Cryo back to life and holding strong here. They are not letting this cart move any forward.
Yep, and they're looking into this. Even should they win this fight and push it in, they're already going to finish it with a less time. And Tactical Visor coming out, Huggable guy getting 2 kills immediately as the rest of the Invigorate back up. And right now, this is where it starts getting extremely dangerous, to the point where I wouldn't be worried about if they're going to finish the map or not. I'm going to be worried if they're even going to finish it with time. I think this is going to be a very long and staggered fight, because Ultra still, Res still being up for JHV, so this fight is going to be a very long and strong fight for them to win if they want to.
Invigorate so far has been unable to deal with JHV with that Resurrect. They do manage to get a couple kills here, but once again, you know, the Resurrect's still available. JHV completely out of the middle of nowhere, but is taken down there finally by Scorchy. So that is exactly what Invigorate's looking for, as they're going to start pushing this up the final stretch, staring up at the Hollywood sign as they try to finish out the map here, and doing it in a little bit less time, or with a little bit less time than Cryo. But here comes the Earth Shatter, knocking down 2. AJ coming in on the Roadhog, able to take one out right off the bat. Supremacy not going to be here to help out his team. And now the Tactical Visor are going to come in from Huggable, see if it's able to do anything though, as Golden Bullet is going off here. JHV taken out as well, not able to get the Resurrect off. So the Nano Boost coming out onto Lucio there. You know, sometimes you just got to throw it onto someone. Invigorate finishing the map here, 3-3 on Hollywood as we go into our extra round. This is going to be fun.
JHV not popping that res might have cost them the game. With the res coming out, JHV trying to hold on to it, obviously, because of how high Charged Golden was. He was about to kill the Genji as well, so I understand where JHV was coming from and why he held on. But because of the fact that he held on for that long, they finished the map with time, and this is now where it's going to get extremely dangerous. Both teams not having a lot of time, and we're gonna compare this. But actually, I'm gonna have to write down these times because I've heard of a glitch with the control meter. I'm not sure if they patched it in the hotfix for the May, but I do need to write down the time just in case.
I'm also writing them down. I always write down the time. There's a bunch of notes I always take when I'm watching games so that I can like go back over them in my own head after. But yeah, so we are going to see the side of Invigorate on the attack here first. Scorchy on the Winston, Golden Bullet on Zarya, and it looks like they're just going to be trying to get in as fast as possible. Again, D-Pro, yep, playing that Tracer. So probably smart for Cryo to be running this, you know, somewhat counter-divey composition. They've got the Soldier 76 set up on the high ground. They've got AJ on the Roadhog just hiding off here, looking for the hook onto this Winston, but missing his initial hook, and now he's just out of position. AJ immediately going to be taken out there. Supreme Aaron getting a kill onto Huggable as well, and that is exactly what Invigorate was looking for, coming in all guns blazing on their initial attack, taking this first point in extremely fast time, and yeah, they're definitely going to get this moving forward. About 20 seconds, maybe 15 seconds left on their clock once they start getting the payload moving, though. And that means as we start getting into Westworld here, we are definitely going to see some long, drawn-out overtime fights here. And this is where Overwatch is at its best, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to see Invigorate looking for this initiation, coming in with the Winston, jumping in deep, trying to take out JHV, but no, Scorch is going to be the one to fall. Pulse Bomb comes out on a Joker's, and AJ taken out as well, so that's going to be 2 kills going away the attack, and that's the door open for Aaron, going to be using the tactical visor and taking out Ironic with it, and this is exactly what Invigorate needs. They're going to be looking to try to get up probably on this high ground here, but yeah, we are going to see Aaron trying to jump up on the payload, or on the elevator there, but Mr. Assassin on the Genji, not letting him get up there. They're just going to have to keep this payload moving forward. Assassin with that Dragon Blade, looking for a chance to use it. Joker Assassin now with the Earth Shatter, doesn't knock anyone down with it. Only 1 kill so far going to come in from Assassin before he's taken down. And still the kills going the way of Invigorate. They almost jumped off the payload there for a second, but all people getting back on, and they are going to keep this moving forward. D-Pro and Supreme Aaron doing a lot of work on this DPS role, and they are all the way up into this last section of, yeah, I think they're going to cap out the second checkpoint, and they are going to move into third here. Taking down Ironic, gonna mean there's even more of a split spawn. Now, Invigorate has a 6v5 that they can take advantage of as soon as Scorchy gets back in here. And I think we're gonna see this initiation coming in very quickly. Pulse Bomb ready for D-Pro as he's looking for this first pick. Golden Bullet almost with the Graviton, Scorchy with the Primal Rage, and the Nano Boost coming up right now for Sauce as well. They have everything they need to complete out this map. Graviton, Primal Rage coming out, the Pulse Bomb going to be thrown in there, but not getting anything for it. But the kills are coming in for Invigorate, getting 2, 3. JHV though, still alive, trying to get the res off, gets the res off just in time. Tactical Visor coming in, but not for the defense. Huggable guy, still alive, needs to get this ultimate off, but now it doesn't matter. AJ getting these kills. Sauce getting one of his own, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Just 3 members of Invigorate left. Sauce putting in a lot of work right now, though. And the sound barrier coming in for logging out. The spawn very close for Invigorate, as they're going to be able to get back here pretty quickly. AJ getting a kill, but being taken down himself. And Invigorate keeps the payload moving forward. Just when we thought they were out of it, they brought themselves right back in. Huge play from Sauce, keeping his team alive there. An absolute massive sound barrier. Scorch is going to go down, but they have the numbers on this point, and they may have been laid down, but they're sitting on an uncontested payload. Still, the kills are coming in for Invigorate as they're trying to complete out this map. They're looking very strong to do that. The Dragon Blade coming in from Assassin, killing 2, but it's not going to be enough. He is too far away from the payload to contest, and Invigorate captures all 3 points. 6 points for Invigorate with only a minute left on their timer. That is insane.
Scorchy Sauce logging out the heroes for Invigorate as when everything seemed down, only the supports and a Winston out of all the tanks alive, you assume that no way they're gonna hold on to this, but those three making it happen, making it work against all odds. And right now, Cryo, you've got to be worried. Not tilted, not angry or anything, but worried. I think Cryo could very much take this point and go all the way to the second point in overtime if needed. But I'm questionable about that third point. And right now, if you're Cryo, you got to find a way to deal with D-Pro right now, because D-Pro has been playing insane. I've seen him get picks along with Scorchy. You need a way to deal with those two people, and it's going to be interesting. But no Lionheart coming from Invigorate. D-Pro obviously not pick a character yet, and he might be doing that right now.
He's going to be on the Reaper, he's going to be on the Roadhog, either one. I would expect. But I mean, he's AFK right now. He's not picking anyone right now. So we'll see what he decides. He's coming in on the Torbjorn. Okay, very interesting choice coming out from D-Pro, picking at the absolute last second, coming out on the Torbjorn. That's kind of going to play into the hands of Cryo here, as they're trying to make this first point take very quick. But yeah, logging out, being taken down quickly, not having a DPS there, especially one as talented as D-Pro, definitely going to hurt them. And you know, Invigorate time and time again has thrown these first point defenses, and there it is, throwing first point of Hollywood, just deciding, you know, we don't need this one, and getting ready for the second point now. D-Pro immediately switching on to the Tracer.
Blake, did they call for a pause or something? I'm sorry, I'm very confused about what they just did in the Discord. Sorry, my Discord is... Okay, well, Gold, could you just quickly ask? Because I'm very questionable about that defense. If you could just...
I'm also not... I don't have my computer anywhere near me right now, man. I'm sorry, but...
We have no way of connecting.
Yeah, Supreme does manage to get that first kill onto Huggable. That's going to make it a little bit more difficult for this attack, but taking down Sauce, definitely going to be helpful as they even the scores here. Scorchy, though, getting that kill on a JHV, no Resurrect going to be available. Still, though, kills going both ways as Huggable and AJ are helping out here. Tactical Advisor coming in from Aaron, but immediately shut down by the Rocket Barrage. Now this Town Bear is going to have to come out, though, to keep the side of Cryo alive on this point, as, yeah, they do manage to get these kills, but only 3 of them on this point right now, and, you know, slowly but surely, they're going to be trying to get regrouped here. Invigorate getting all of their members out of spawn right now. Huggable guy up in the forward position, looking for a pick with this pulse bomb. They do have 4 ultimates available, only Scorchy with the self-destruct, but that self-destruct can be used to just knock people off the payload for a split second, and that's all they need here, as that will tick down the timer almost immediately. Supreme Aaron getting one as well as Golden Bullet. Here is the Resurrect coming in from JHB, as he is going to be trying to reset this fight, but Aaron getting Huggable right afterwards. Huggable still not using that pulse bomb. Self-destruct coming in, not going to be getting anything with it, but the Graviton capturing members of Cryo inside of it. They're going to be burned down, and that is going to be the map going the way of Invigorate and the series. Invigorate with an absolutely phenomenal attack there on their second attack of Hollywood, just putting on a show, making it all the way to the end with a minute on the timer.
Yep, and an amazing game, amazing series, our first series of the night, and already going the distance on every map. GHB, an amazing Mercy, though, with the huge 4-man res that helped his team secure this, secure Westworld for this fight, at least. But as we just get our next game in here, Cryo versus Resilience, I believe, is our next game. But Cryo members leaving. They need to realize that they have one more game. Sir Commander joining the group a little bit too early, friends.
little bit of confusion about what's going on from some of our players, but we'll get it figured out. We'll get it figured out. In the meantime, I'm gonna go grab a cup of water real quick. I'll be right back.
Blight, I need to restart something. I don't know if you want to play a quick trailer or something. In the meantime, I just need to restart my Discord. Not bashing some. All right. Well, I'm still having sadly a few Discord problems, but we do have both teams in here. Um, and I'm still having Discord problems. This is actually very concerning. Um,
Which text channel are they in?
They're in the Premier World League channel, and the problem is my phone isn't connecting either. Feels bad. I need Brett to make the. I need somebody else from staff to do it. I really need them to come in right now. Like nothing is loading for me right now. I can't even go into the chat room.
Like, yo, which channel do I click on to see? I can.
You don't have access to the channel, sadly.
Yeah, I figured I didn't. Rip, dude.
Feels bad. But I believe Brett is actually in stream. Brett, if you're there, I need your help on this one. I need you to make the final two draft links for the teams. And Gold, I'm gonna need you to watch the draft so you can tell me what happens because nothing is working for me right now.
Brett's just gonna have to DM me the link then.
But another team Resilience, another team that's been quite a while since I've personally seen, and it is one of my favorite teams because they've done some very shocking things, and it's going to be really fun to watch them go up against Cryo. Cryo nearly winning against Invigorate, just barely choking right at the end.
Hold on, just a sec. 9728. It's gold streams with a Z at the end, and then 9728. Yes. I might even I'm pretty sure I've DM'd you before. Like maybe not. Just the G, dude. I don't see you in here, so I'm guessing I didn't.
You go on the website and you have to go on overwatchdraft.com/create. Oh shoot. Hold on. My computer's back on. Stuff is loading, but it's taking extremely long. Shoot. DM me the link. I'll try to post it in the Premier World League in the official channel. Alright. How about AJ? Can you give it to AJ? Oh, no, not AJ's not here. Can you give it to Ironic? He's in the BW, so you have access to him. Ironic. Double I, then RONNOC. No, he's not. So try giving Ironic. He is perfect.
Hey, there we go. Finally. So we've got Resilience in here. That's what I'm seeing. We're waiting on Cryo.
Is the draft up right now? Is that happening?
Yeah, it's up, but it's not. We don't have both teams in there yet.
What team are we missing?
Cryo.
Alright, well, just waiting for both teams now. Yeah, my Wi-Fi is dead right now. I'm actually questioning why am I even in this lobby and game party right now.
Co-casting, man. I'm running out of voice.
Forget that. No, I'm asking why am I still here? Like, how am I still connected?
Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, we've been lucky. We haven't had you disconnect like we did yesterday.
Yep, and thank God I'm not streaming right now. Already having nightmares. But Gold, I'm gonna have to ask you to watch the draft, as I am completely useless right now. My Wi-Fi is done right now.
All right. I mean, I'll do my best to, to just keep yelling, but I may need you to jump in from here, from time to time.
Well, yeah, but
Okay.
what are the other two maps? Alright,
Oh, okay.
perfect. Alright, Legion.
That is very odd. Our map draft that we were looking at was not the correct one. So we're being told it's Lijiang, Route 66, and Nepal as our map pool. So we're gonna be starting out on Lijiang Tower here.
Yep, and honestly, a really good map to start it out. Sorry for the huge delay. We're already, I would say, an hour late of where this match should have roughly started. But obviously, Invigorate going the distance against Cryo, and now with our few connection issues and streaming issues and etc., we're finally ready on our game 2. And we have one more game after this, so I promise we're not going to keep you till midnight or anything like that unless another issue comes up. I'm joking. And starting on Legion Tower control stage, this is going to be really interesting to see, as I'm going to have to give the huge advantage right now to the side of Cryo, because they've been playing absolutely insane against Invigorate. Obviously they did lose, but still, Invigorate being one of the top teams in the league, if not the absolute top team. And it's gonna seem very interesting on how Resilience tries to take on Cryo right now in this mental state.
Well, Resilience doing what they always do. They're going to have that triple DPS composition coming in, diving very, very aggressively. And there it is. Xavier going to be taken down very quickly by Sir Commander. Chris getting a kill as well. And that is exactly what Resilience is looking to do right there. Dive in very, very deep and get these kills quickly. Snowball this fight. And yeah, they are going to take this first fight very, very decisively. Not grabbing the point just yet, but there we go. I'm not sure how he got invited.
He was invited. It said he was invited.
I know, I did not invite him. I'm not sure what the deal was there, but anyways, coming back in, Cryo is trying to retake this point here, see if there's a chance, but no, Diverse gonna be diving in on the Winston, splitting off the side, but no, Diverse actually gonna fall here. Does give Cryo their chance to come in. No tanking available here for Resilience, but they don't need it as the damage is there. The Resurrect comes in though for Cryo, but it doesn't matter because all of these ults are available for Resilient. Every DPS ult thrown there at that fight, but they take it and they are going to keep taking up control of this point. And this aggressive Resilience composition is just proving too much so far for Cryo to handle.
And definitely a huge ult advantage too for the side of Resilience, but picks now coming for both sides, but 5 unanswered kill for the side of Resilience, as they're gonna hold this right now. And almost getting spawn camped a bit. Feels like a little bit of a selfless game watching this right now. But ults now coming online for the side of Cryo. Ults that they can push in, and this is going to be the key pushing point, especially with being 80% to 0 right now.
But no kills coming in for Cryo, and it's actually going to be Sequel getting the kill on Xavier. Chris getting a kill as well. All of these kills going the way of Resilience right now, as they are decisively taking yet another team fight. And this one could be the last one that they need to take, as I don't think there's anyone from Cryo that's even going to be able to touch this point. They are going to try. Nope, no one getting anywhere near it. Resilience going up 1-0 here on Lijiang Tower. Very, very decisive win there.
Yep, and I couldn't agree more. Obviously, Cryo losing that game very close may have tilted a few of them. Obviously, AJ not being here, along with another two actually. Losing their original Lucio player, Xavier, coming in, and Spiral coming in. So a few small roster changes, them pulling out their subs, all their subs actually, well, not all of their subs, but 2 of their subs for this last game. So it feels bad about that, but they're gonna have to do their best on this, especially with the night market.
Yeah, this is one where I've seen Resilience play before, and they're very, very good on this map, and this is exactly what they're going to do yet again. Diverse going to be diving in, but this time going to be eating a hook there, and no tanking available now for Resilience, as it's just going to be 3 tanks here behind the shield and defense matrix for Cryo. So definitely going to be Cryo taking this point early on here. JHV is going to fall, but not going to be enough for Resilience to push in without any tank or DPS in there just yet. But again, Spiral getting a good hook there onto Chris, going to further delay the amount of time it's going to take for Resilience to try to get in here. They are going to be trying to take Ironic out of this mech, and they do. So Ironic going to fall, and this is maybe an opportunity for them to push in, as they now have an even fight to do so. Sequel getting onto Huggable as well, so that is going to be another huge pick. Diverse does fall, but it's Resilience in the kill feed, and they are looking very strong to take this point back and start taking up control percentage of their own. Cryo a third of the way there, but Resilience captures the point, and they've got a couple of ults to hold it with.
Yep, but right now, the Huggable guy needs to go off. He needs to be starting to get these picks. If anything needs to go their way. And right now, Boomy just on this Genji hasn't been popping much on the feet as Osek as he gets a 3-man on this, but I'm so sorry, I completely blanked out. But Osek on this fair doing absolutely amazing. Boomy on this Genji absolutely carving stuff out. As there are no answers to the players of Resilience, as both of them going off. Absolutely insane right now.
Yeah, that's the thing about this Resilience composition is, you may be able to deal with one of them, you may be able to deal with two of them, but you can't deal with all three of them. Sir Commander, Boomy, and Sequel. And of course, Diverse as well, playing incredibly well on the Winston. That's going to be Sir Commander picking up JHB with a Pulse Bomb, denying any sort of res value or any hope of it at the very least. And, Sequel contributing as well, pushing Cryo back again. Ironic does get that kill onto Soccer Fan, but I don't think it's going to be enough as he's demexed and taken down. So Cryo running out of time here, 80% on the board for Resilience as Cryo's going to be coming back in with a bunch of ultimates. They've got the self-destruct, they have the Whole Hog and the Tactical Visor as well as the Sound Barrier, but all they need is, oh, we need a pause,
Alright, and I will pause it, and
Joker's being taken out of the game there. We gotta figure out this internet thing.
Alright, well, when Joker does get back in here, actually, Gold, I'm gonna have to ask you to take over the lobby for a second, as the Wi-Fi is extremely unbearable, and I am getting complaints from other people in this household, and I'm gonna have to be forced to reset my router. So I'm gonna have to leave you on your own as Joker does get back in here. Obviously, he does have a 5-minute timer, roughly 4 minutes now remaining in it. Joker's gonna get back in, so the timer is gonna stop, and we're just gonna give Joker roughly 10 seconds for the game to load up. Obviously, the lobby has to load up and everything. And alright,
coming in here, we're gonna see. I mean, obviously a 6v5 or 6v4 advantage as Huggable was just taken out before the pause, and a Sound Barrier here for Resilience. So it's gonna be very difficult for Cryo to come out on top here. They just launched JHV as well. Getting a couple though with the Whole Hog and the self-destruct coming out, trying to push people off of the point. But Boomy now with the Dragon Blade, and of course Sequel up top with those rockets laying in. And I think slowly but surely, yes, it is going to go the way of Resilience. They're trying to get people onto the point here to delay, but not going to be enough. Resilience going up 2-0 here on Lijiang Tower. And looking very, very strong so far with their 3 DPS composition. Coming into our final stage, I'm not sure what Cryo needs to do. Switching on to double hit scan might help. They do have Huggable and Spyro with the Soldier and McCree respectively, but it's not all about Sequel. That's not the problem that they're having. It's all members of this Resilience DPS squad, and until they're able to actually decisively win a 1v1 against any of them, it's not going to be enough. But we are going to see them at least hugging the right side of this map, going through the White Room, trying to avoid allowing Sequel any chance to spam rockets in on him. But a wasted hook there as it bounces off of the Winston bubble, and it's going to be Xavier falling first. So once again, Resilience getting an early advantage in this fight, taking another one down as Huggable falls, and this is going to be Resilience taking this early fight, taking the point, and starting to build up control percentage as they're trying to clean out this map of Lijiang Tower. Joker's getting caught, not even really out of position there, but just with too many members of Resilience around him. Kills going in for both sides, and now the Resurrect coming in from Cryo, giving them a second chance on this point. But Resilience, of course, doing a good job of staying safe, and here comes the Trance to keep them all up. Now Joker's going to go down, and the Dragon Blade comes out as well. So 2 ults invested there by the side of Resilience, but big big use made out of both of them, and they are going to win that fight as well, taking Spyro out very late. Spyro's going to be coming in with the Deadeye. We're going to have Joker with the whole hog as well, but nothing else for the side of Cryo. Of course, only the Rocket Barrage for Resilience, but they don't really need anything else. It's going to be Sequel coming in behind. There's going to be the Rocket Barrage coming in from behind them. 2 kills, however, going the way of Cryo here, but it doesn't matter as 4 now coming in for Resilience, as they are going to continue holding this point, and it looks like they are going to keep holding on here. 70% on the board, no ults available for him, but Huggable is the only Huggable and Spyro rather only ults available on the other side. They need to make good use out of these dual DPS ultimates, and I mean they don't really have anything to go with them. They do have the Resurrect coming up for JHB right now, but Sound Barrier almost up for Soccer Fan, and if that comes up, then that's about it. Tactical Visor going to come in for Huggable, but he's going to be taken out immediately. Deadeye from Spyro, but no, he's taken down, only taking out Diverse, and the Resurrect does come out, but I'm not sure it's going to matter. Joker does manage to get that kill on the Circumlander, but Sequel is still alive up in the sky, and now the Dragon Blade's coming out. Boomy going in with it, taking out JHV. Rocket Barrage from Sequel going to take out Joker and weaken up the rest, and here it is, Resilience finishing it out, taking Lijiang Tower 3-0 in a very, very decisive first game. We'll be trying to get Mega back in here real quick. All right, so I'm now the lobby lead. So someone's gonna have to tell me what the next map is gonna be. Maybe that's happening. Let me see. Okay.
Hello?
Oh my god. Oh, you're back? Okay.
Yep.
There we go. Okay.
Did the lobby end?
Did the lobby what?
Did the lobby end?
No.
Are you guys still in the game?
Yeah. I mean, the game ended. Okay. Who wants offense? Okay.
So Resilience is 1-0 in the series right now?
Yeah, Resilience took that one very, very decisively. Went up 1-0. And we're good.
Alright.
Getting the second map of the series started. Resilience, of course, up 1-0, and looking to close it out here on Route 66.
Alright, yeah, and Route 66 being a long time since show, and it's very interesting to watch this come out again, as it's been ignored a lot. I feel like in the map draft, a lot of teams trying to dodge it, trying to avoid it. Obviously, some teams are absolutely amazing on it, so trying to give away the disadvantage. But finally seen in a long time, and Route 66, a map where it has a lot of open areas and has a lot of forward shooting, per se, where there isn't really corners or anything, or not that many corners compared to like other maps like King's Row where there's a corner like every 10 seconds that you could take advantage of. And this is where I'm gonna have to actually give the advantage to the side of resilience. As we know, Sir Commander plays an amazing soldier, and if he's given the space, he could do absolute work on this if a huggable guy cannot contest him.
Yeah, I mean, they are set up with the same composition they run pretty much all the time, diverse on the Winston. You know, not electing to run a Reinhardt here on the defense, but going to be running a very aggressive defense the way we see out of, you know, Rogue and Selfless. So definitely going to be very interesting to watch these two teams going at it here as we see where the first dive is going to come from. Of course, both teams running somewhat of a dive composition, so we're going to be seeing both, you know, both dives coming in, whichever dive is more successful. Winston's kind of dancing through the air, jumping over each other, but neither one finding the target they really need. But it's going to be Sequel coming out on top in the Pharah v Pharah battle, and now the skies are clear. Sequel can just focus on the ground battle, and that is what, yep, that's what's happening right now as member after member of Cryo is going to fall there. Sir Commander just left alone for the most part up in the back and able to do a lot of work on the Soldier 76, as you said. So Resilience holding strong against that first push.
Yep, and now they're going to put JHV, normally their Mercy player, onto the Pharah. So obviously the lack of their original players not being here, them using the sub, obviously coming into play as a lot of switches are coming around. But Cryo getting the first pick into this fight, pick on Lucio. Their commander immediately getting a pick on return, but now the advantage back in the favor of Cryo, as now kills are going their way. However, it's even right now 3v3, but advantage obviously given the offense for the spawn. But however, a clean sweep coming in for Resilience, as they're gonna solidify and stabilize on this defense.
When Sequel's got that rocket barrage, it doesn't matter how many, you know, and spawn advantage, numbers advantage, all of that goes out the window once Sequel's got the rocket barrage. Ends up cleaning up the end of that fight there. And we saw JHV taken down early in the last fight. It was actually a nice direct rocket from Sequel that left him low enough for Commander to finish him off. So a lot of great play coming out from Sequel, but it's diverse falling early there. Tactical Visor coming out from Sir Commander, though, going to be weakening up a lot and actually getting 4 kills out of it. So now just trying to clean up Joker on this Winston. Gonna activate the Primal Rage alone in this room, but that really, I mean, I'm not really that sure about that.
It was more to save his own life. The Soldier, Lucio, and Pharah were all going to corner him and stagger his skill. So Primal obviously
we're going to see him go back and swap. Yeah, he's swapping onto the Reinhardt. That's why.
Yep. Not only that, but obviously, Primal Rage not being the most efficient ult in the team fight. Obviously, good for pushing around and pushing people out of position, but completely understandable why he just popped it and wasted it right there and done.
Dragon Blade, though, coming in onto the back line, trying to take out Xavier on this Mercy, unable to get anything with it, but Sequel there to finish up the kill. Now the trance coming in from Chris, and the sound barrier at the same time, a little bit questionable there. Chris going to be hooked immediately after his trance and taken out, and this is looking like it might be the chance that Cryo was looking for, as they are getting these kills, but no, Boomy and Soccer Fan able to clean up the rest of them, and it's just going to be JHV left up here, switching onto the Roadhog, does take out Boomy, but that's going to be it. Now the spawn advantage no longer really favoring the offense as they've pushed it around this first corner and past Big Girls. It's about the same distance for both teams to get back here. So this next fight definitely going to be the last one, and the offense really needs to take advantage of these ults and get something going here. But Sequel taking out Huggable right off the bat. Xavier with the Resurrect, though, can bring them back at any time. So going to be looking for that Resurrect to come in here, as Xavier is being left pretty much alone to just fly around. But no, now Sequel getting onto him, and Soccer Fan there to finish him off. And Boomy coming in on the Genji. This is where Resilience is going to start turning it around. The Earthshatter coming in from Joker, just trying to get something started, and they are going to be able to get a couple of kills off of that. Finally, with Huggable coming in with the Tactical Visor, they are going to be able to capture out this first point, and it looked like they weren't going to be able to there at the second, for a second there, but at the last moment, able to push it through with a good Earthshatter from Joker's Assassin and capture out the first point and get it moving forward.
However, though, this is Route 66, and Route 66 is a very weird map where even though they've controlled this, they're now in a danger always of pushing into overtime for the next point. That's why a lot of teams is kind of broken in a sense, and now it's a race against time as they've got to push it or get into a proper position before this is all over.
Well, it is working out for them so far as they're winning that fight pretty convincingly. Just Chris left alive for the side of Resilience, going to fall himself, and pretty late, so it's going to be a while before Chris is able to regroup with the team and come back out. Is going to have the trance, so can join the team a little bit quicker if necessary. But we are going to see Resilience just getting set up over here, getting ready to push out and contest on this cart. Where the dive comes in very early, Diverse jumping right on it, and the kill comes out though onto JHV, so this is what they were looking for. Resilience trying to turn this around right now, and Boomy getting another one there, making it look very good for Resilience to turn this fight around and stop this payload. They are getting these kills still. Xavier going down means no Resurrect going to be available for them, and less than a minute here for Cryo as they're trying to keep their dreams alive.
Yep, and I'm sorry about just going quiet. Just that I saw Sir Commander actually just sit down in the middle of the fight. So I'm just checking Discord if he wrote anything. But I did watch a little bit of that fight, and the whole sequence, getting 2 kills, obviously not showing up in the feed, but doing all that damage, forcing Xavier to pop the ult before they even start this fight. But now 30 seconds, this is the last fight, and Boomy popping that ult just may have won him this round at least.
Yeah, those Dragon Blades from Boomy have been very good throughout the entire game, and just reflecting the whole hog back into JHV's face there, in fact. Going to be doing everything he can. They are getting the kills here for this attack though. Sound Barrier has to come in and keep people healthy for the defense, but Sequel now on the Pharah trying to put the team on the back. Chris does take down Ironic, and I mean, it's still pretty even here as Joker lays down the hammer, but taken down himself. Nobody on the point here for Cryo as Resilience is going to stop them just shy of the second objective. Very good defense coming out from Resilience here. Burning every single second off the clock on that first point and not allowing them to complete the second objective, giving themselves a pretty easy win here on Route 66 and in the series.
Yep, and I can't agree more. But as we do go into this round on defense, we saw O-Sequence go off, we saw Sir Commander go off, and Boomy go off. Defense is absolutely insane for the side of Resilience, and right now, you need people from the side of Cryo to step up. You need Spryo, you need a Huggable, and you need either JHV or Ironic, whoever is playing DPS at the time, or tank, as it looks like they're going a triple tank comp. And this might be what they need because Boomy on that Genji will be nullified. And now you're putting pressure on Osek that he's going to have to melt the tanks with Sir Commander. This might be a good step in the right way as Diva ult can dive the Zenyatta. So a lot of potential with this comp that they're running.
Yeah, I mean, and it definitely has to be, an answer to Sequel on this Pharah. I'm assuming he's not going to be playing the Junkrat here, but Sequel definitely, putting in work on Pharah throughout both of these games so far, And you know, it's kind of the same thing we saw with Denial up against Selfless in the first game of their series at the Alienware Monthly Melee, where Pizza came in absolutely putting on a clinic on the Pharah, and then we saw Selfless adjust to that, and after that, Pizza was unable to have anywhere near the same impact. So we'll see whether Cryo is able to make that adjustment here. You know, one of the adjustments Selfless made was switching onto a D.Va for most of the rest of the series. So definitely something that does work to counter this. And you know, rather than going after Sequel, I think what they really need to do is work on beating the rest of the side of Resilience before they can come in. But that is somewhat what's happening here. Able to get a couple of kills, but Sequel still alive and still a presence here. Sir Commander as well, just putting pressure on these tanks down low, and he is going to get away with his life, and as Sequel takes down Ironic as well. So, you know, slowly but surely whittling down this defense, not necessarily winning the team fight decisively, but they are getting the kills that they need, and now they've got the numbers on this objective as they take Spyro out of the mech, and slowly, yeah, they're going to get the kill onto Spyro. They're going to get onto these back lines, taking out Huggable as well. Joker is not long for this world, and they are going to clean up the rest of Cryo and get this moving through the first objective with a lot of time left to complete out the rest of the map. Yeah, 81 meters left to go here.
4 ults coming online. This is going to be a very, very tough point to hold on. There's a Huggable guy, the only man with a ult on the team of Cryo going down. They're going to have Nano Visor coming up, but they have 5 minutes to work against just to hold that little distance, as Cryo is right now being held in the spawn. As Anna to left in the back line. However, Boomy getting shut down. He tried to charge into too many tanks. However, Oseg coming in huge with the Rocket Broad, getting 2 and putting the Reinhardt extremely low as Joker's immediately pushed off. And now they're going to start finally pushing the point as they all got hyped from that fight and they forgot to hop on it.
Well, coming up on this yellow box here, only about 20 meters left to go. Nano Boost finally going to come out here onto Huggable. He's going to use the tactical visor and see if he can get anything with it, but he has Diverse in his face on this with this Primal Rage, and he's only going to be able to get Sequel with it. Sir Commander with his own tactical visor and getting everyone, and Joker just being knocked everywhere by that Primal Rage. This is going to be Resilience taking this fight, taking the game, and taking the series extremely decisively. Resilience 2-0.
Yep, and honestly, I would say what started out to look, I would say, a little bit more promising and a little bit more on Cryo's side, completely one-sided, or the side of Resilience, but Resilience being an amazing team and showing them why they are such a great team.
Yeah, you know what? Screw breadth power ranking. I think Resilience is one of the strongest teams I've seen playing in the PWL this season, and definitely excited to see what kind of run they're able to put together next weekend.
Yep, with the playoffs coming up. Alright, just looking at...
Forgot I was the lobby guy. Here we are. Alright, what do we got next? Here,
we've got Supremacy versus Lionheart.
I'm leaving so that you can be the lobby guy again.
Oh, Blight's the lobby guy now.
Oh, rip.
But it's a Resilience versus Lionheart. Blight? Well, you're the lobby owner.
You give it to... Then leave...
What?
Leave some Mega Can.
Alright, well, let me invite Gold back in here. Well, what a nerd. Well, Supremacy was recently converted from Synergy. Yeah, but they've actually dropped the org, so they're back to Supremacy. Supremacy versus Lionheart.
I thought it was they're saying it's Synergy and Lionheart in the chat.
Yes, it would be, but Synergy,
Oh,
they
yeah, yeah, yeah.
dropped Synergy. Like the team, Supremacy dropped Synergy, the org, so they're back to their original name, Supremacy.
Gotcha.
I think my Wi-Fi
Um,
is good, so actually I will be sending them. Yeah, yeah, you nerd. Supremacy and Lionheart. Let me see, where is it? Alright, there we go. Oh, giggle, oh, giggle. Would you give me 1 second? Heart. Like heart, but like the organ heart. I changed it. It's not heart anymore. It's a heart. Like how it's spelled right now. Yeah, I know I just changed it. I'm not trying to hide the fact that I just changed it. I'll admit it. What? Hold on, let me send the players to one first. Hold on, don't worry, I got you. Alright, you want it in your DMs? Kid, your DMs. Kid, your DMs. Wait, where are you? There you are. Red dot. Selena Gomez fan. Excuse me. And there we go. I sent it to you. I should probably invite them in here. Lionheart, Lionheart. Who your screams out, Lionheart? Rip snort. There we go. What? Hello, I'm back. Yep, and we see Eichwald immediately getting banned, and as our teams do finally get into the lobby, Oasis being the second map banned. Lionheart, we saw them in the notorious game that they immediately banned out every King of the Hill, and that what ultimately did win them the game. But I wouldn't be surprised if they would do it again. Lionheart, I've never seen them on King of the Hill yet, and I'm not sure if they're a team that likes King of the Hill. Well, I've seen them play King of the Hill, just they're a team that's definitely stronger on payload maps and hybrid maps compared to King of the Hill maps. And Gold, are you there right now, or am I by
I
myself?
am. You can hear me, right?
Yes, I can.
Okay, yeah. I didn't have my mic on for a second, but I'm here.
No problem. Just looking for something. There we go. Blake, join us. Join us. Look at the lobby. Look at the spectators. Join us. Understood. Well, Route 66 is going along with Temple of Anubis and Nepal. So only King of the Hill map left in the pool being Lijiang Tower, as every other map has been removed. Watchpoint Gibraltar being the next one, along with Hollywood as the next two maps to be taken out. And Supremacy was being Brett's second strongest team, hasn't lost a game yet. As as we get into the very final matches of the league, and our map pool has just been confirmed being Kings Row, Numbani, and Lijiang Tower. So with that being said, Lijiang not gonna be our first map as we wait for Supremacy to decide what map it's gonna be between Kings Row and Numbani. And we are decided we are going to Kings Row. I am just gonna get from Lionheart whether they want to do offense or defense first. No, it was Supremacy that banned the last map. I'm just gonna get whether they want defense or offense. Alright, just waiting on Lionheart to give me whether they want defense or offense, and we will start this up right away. Answer. Alright, Ginger is writing, and they want offense, so we're gonna start it right away. We're not gonna keep anyone waiting.
Well, alrighty then. It's King's Row, gonna be our first map of our final matchup of the night. It's gonna be Lionheart facing up against Supremacy, formerly Synergy, also known as, I guess, the best team in the league from what I'm hearing. Undefeated so far, and definitely a force to be reckoned with is the Synergy team. They're gonna be on defense first here. They've got Ryan on Zarya, Ghost on Reinhardt, Tommy on Ana, Fibers on the Tracer, Promo Panda on Soldier 76, and Ninja on the Lucio. Coming up from the attack of Lionheart, they're gonna have Ripsnore on the Zenyatta, Cake on Mercy, of course, Digital Sith on the Tracer, Creepy, I'm assuming not gonna be playing the Symmetra, Caesar probably not gonna be playing the Torbjorn, Ginger most likely gonna be playing that Winston. Although we will definitely see Ginger flexing between Winston and Reinhardt as this series goes onward. But I imagine we'll probably see Caesar on the Soldier or the Trace. Not the Tracer. What am I saying? But he's a good hit scan. Creepy, of course, plays a pretty mean Genji if I'm recalling correctly. So we'll probably see that coming in here. Okay, all kinds of changes. Caesar going to be on the Roadhog. They're going to go triple tank here. Ripsnort on the Zarya. They just like to mess with me, I guess. Caesar back onto the Genji. They have no idea what they're doing either. Anyways, going to be coming in here, waiting for everyone to get out of spawn once they pick their characters and such. And then we're going to see how this fight starts to break down. Ginger going to dive in as soon as his shield starts to go down, but he's going to be erased here by Fibers. And that's going to turn back this offense for just a minute as Digital Sith is taken down as well. So not going to be able to push forward without that DPS. None of the tanks are alive anymore. Caesar down very low now. And he's going to get away with his life, but going to need to be regrouping here for the side of Lionheart as they are trying to get pushed in here. Haven't managed to get a kill on their side of the feed just yet, but looking to push in now. Ginger again diving in deep. This time gets the Zarya bubble to keep him alive, but gets hit by that biotic grenade in the backfield, and now he's going to be focused. Ninja's going to get the kill. A little bit of percentage is being built up here by Supremacy, or by Lionheart rather, but Supremacy holding strong. The Resurrect comes in, but there's the Graviton there to answer. No one actually getting caught up in that as Mercy's able to fly out, but still, all of these kills coming in for Supremacy. Ryan doing a whole lot of work on this Zarya. Already had a Graviton and is working on getting that second one up here, about a quarter of the way to it. So Ryan putting out a lot of damage on the Zarya and doing a whole lot for his team here on their first point defense.
Yep, and Fibers getting the better of Digital as he just snuck in from the side and immediately takes him out. Digital, being an amazing tracer, needs to win these 1v1s as he is completely capable of this. And I feel like a lot is going to come down between two of them as Digital's main problem is going to be Fibers on this tracer.
And Fibers has definitely been a problem so far. The Dragon Blade is going to come in for Caesar, trying to get something going here, but the sound barrier is there to answer, as well as the Earth Shatter. But that is a massive Graviton and Pulse Bomb there coming out from Digital Sith and Ripsnort. That is exactly what they needed to take that first point, and they even managed to hold on to their support ults here, as they're going to be able to get this payload coming out of the garage here and move into the streets phase of King's Row. Huge ult combination there coming out from Ripsnort and Digital Sith.
Yep, and Nano Visor coming up for the street phase, so it's going to be a very hard thing to push into for the side of Lionheart as we start this next fight up. But both support ults are up for Lionheart, so it's going to be very important for Cake to get this res off as they pop the Nano Visor. No, they don't. They actually pop the Visor and they Nano Ryan who is at full charge, and it's completely understandable why they did. But they didn't get the mercy, so because of that, the res is gonna come up and reset this fight. But however, they do start with a pick on the digital, and Tommy getting a kill on the ginger, and now all the picks are going for the favor of Supremacy as they hold this on defense.
Ryan there getting the nano boost. I'm not sure whether it happened on purpose, as he did kind of jump out in front of Panda with the soldier, but still getting that graviton back up, and he's been at above like 50 charge pretty much this entire game, just now getting down below 40 as there's a little bit of a lull in the action. But Ryan doing a whole lot on the Zarya, and we're having another disconnect here.
Yep, and obviously these players aren't trying to. We've heard that apparently there are problems outside of this, of just this game and this lobby alone. So other people have been lagging as well. So sadly, we can't do anything about that. We are obviously going to pause and start the timer, as Caesar does have 5 minutes to get back into the lobby before we're forced to unpause it. And going into this, Caesar gonna obviously lose the ult charge, which is gonna hurt them on back. But that huge graviton pulse bomb, getting them the first point, is about to be up as Rip Snort already 70% the graviton and digital just 3% away from the pulse bomb. And Ninja not gonna have that sound barrier up in time, and it's gonna come down to whether Ninja can hit a proper sound barrier to protect them all from it, or if it's just gonna be a straight up another wipe. Because as we know, Digital is a tracer that can very much get in and place that perfect pulse bomb.
Well, and that's what won them the point the first time. Digital getting in there, sticking right in the middle of 3 people, and killing all of those with 1 pulse bomb, and leaving the rest of the side of Supremacy very low. So Supremacy, despite having a really, really strong hold on that first point, not able to hold out forever. Yeah, we are still waiting here for Caesar to get back into this game.
Yep, obviously the lobby is closed, so just gonna send Caesar an invite so he can join in. Three minutes left on the clock as we do start counting this down. Three minutes have passed so far. They're watching. Apparently, Caesar is having connection issues to PSN as well, as he's disconnected from his team's party chat, and he cannot reconnect as it.
Oh, that's not good. That is not good.
That is definitely no bueno.
You got like what, 20 bucks there? Nice, dude.
Well, now 4 minutes has passed. Obviously, they have a sub ready to replace Caesar, but sadly, in-game subs are not allowed. Obviously, they can continue playing this map on the hopes that Caesar does join back, and who knows, maybe something happens, or maybe nothing happens. Or they can DQ and forfeit this map of their choosing if they wish to. It is completely up to them, and with the last minute, they don't think he's going to be coming back, and time is up as we are going to continue this in just a few seconds. Just to let the teams know. Alright, and we're going to start this back.
Well, definitely too bad for the side of Lionheart. Just as they broke through that defense and got it moving forward, they lost Caesar. So now it is going to be a 5v6 for the rest of the game. The Graviton coming in from Ryan, and they do have the people there to follow up on this. They are getting this damage in and getting these kills as well. Ryan going to be putting the team on his back here.
Yep, and obviously this man disadvantage gonna give them a huge advantage. However, they're sneaking by as nobody has noticed them so far. Panda gonna be coming in to check him, and he notices all of them sneaking away. And just sad, like I'm not even sure. I'm sorry. It's just that it seems really hard to continue for the simple fact of just that huge man disadvantage. And at a level of competition as this, that's a huge difference.
Well, there it is, though. The Grav Pulse Bomb coming in. Digital Sith executing well. And despite being down in numbers, they are going to get those kills. There's Caesar coming back, their hero. So they are going to get the payload moving here. And they might be able to get it to right around the corner from this last, the last fight of the second phase. Looks like they're going to be able to get it around that corner before Supremacy can get back out here. Supremacy, though, they do have the Earth Shatter, they've got the Nano, they have the Sound Barrier, and there's the Pulse Bomb coming out. Looking for an early pick, not getting anything, but both Earth Shatters coming in, but it's going to be Supremacy's that sticks as they land at second, they stop the follow-up, and they get their own follow-up in there. Resurrect coming out, though, from Cake, keeping Lionheart in this fight, and Ginger Avenger there taking down Fibers. I mean, both DPS now down, but the Nano onto Ripsnort, or Nano Charge rather onto Ripsnort is going to be enough to take down that Zarya. Digital Sith trying to get that kill with the Pulse Bomb, ends up finishing off, or Caesar ends up finishing him off. And yeah, slowly but surely, they are going to get this point. Supremacy just trying to come out and delay right now. But yes, they do manage to cap out the second point and get moving into third with a minute and a half left on their clock here. Not really any ults right now for Supremacy, but that Pulse Bomb Graviton combo coming up very closely, or very soon rather. Cake, however, if you don't catch that Mercy in there, Cake is going to pick up all of her team again. So need to be keeping an eye out for Cake in the backlines.
Yep, and I couldn't agree more. However, because of that, Cake hiding a little bit behind. 3 down, 4 down as a 4-man res coming up. However, Panda actually died, so they have a man advantage coming into this. And Tactical Visor getting popped with a Mercy damage boost as Caesar is now getting all the kills he wants as Reinhardt gets charged away. And
Digital Sith's going to be looking forward, trying to take out this Reinhardt. And he is, not going to be able to. Ryan helps him out. And we are going to see Ghost getting reestablished out on this point. Tommy getting those heals back up, has the Nano Boost yet again. Sleeping Ripsnort here. And now going to be able to, take control of this next fight with the Nano Boost. Purple Panda also with the Deadeye. Caesar getting kicked out again on this attack. There is no way they're completing it now. That's going to be Ginger getting knocked every which way as he tries to Earth Shatter. But the Nano Boost not even out from Tommy yet, not necessary. Just going to be the side of Supremacy cleaning up this point slowly but surely, but very impressive attack by Lionheart nonetheless to get it that far. I mean, to make it that far 5v6 most of the time is definitely impressive, but unfortunately Caesar getting disconnected a couple of times there, definitely making it a little too difficult for him there.
Yep. Obviously, they wasted their entire time on offense on the first point, so Caesar will not get a pause for him to join in. However, it is free for him to join in whenever he can, or whenever his Wi-Fi stabilizes. And right now, it just shows you, the moment Caesar got back, Digital got that huge bomb, they started rolling. Sadly, Caesar just disconnected, and that's going to have to push him back, and that's going to be a huge morale killer, as I'm worrying a little bit about the mental state of Lionheart, as you've got to start feeling pretty shitty, and you've got to start, and you got to make sure you don't tilt right now off that.
Yeah, it's definitely unfortunate to be having connection issues, you know, causing this much of a problem for them. But you know, that's sometimes the nature of playing these online games, unfortunately. But teams switching sides. Lionheart now on the defense. Hopefully they get Caesar in here before. Yeah, there he is. Caesar joining the game at the last second. He's going to be able to pick a character and get back in here, hopefully, to help out his team on this first point. But very unfortunate so far for Lionheart to have all of these disconnects. Supremacy, you know, very strong team, and now all they need to do is complete them. Are you?
Pardon? Alright, well, it looks like something is happening in gold. He will be right back. But looking on this defense, obviously this is very doable for the side of Supremacy. But as we get into this, Purple Panda actually being on the Widow, this is very interesting and completely unexpected, I would say. Coming out of Panda, I thought that, oh, he could run a normal soldier, but Ryan immediately getting a huge pick on the Digital as Supremacy is running that double sniper. Fiber is getting that kill on the Caesar, and a quick kill as Ghost, Panda, everybody right now in the kill feed, as it's nothing but red. Ripsnort being the only one getting a kill, and as Caesar disconnects again, and Supremacy taking this point pretty easily.
Yeah, Supremacy just bullying their way on here, and Caesar continuing to have these connection issues. I mean, it's unfortunate. There's nothing we can do about it. He's not going to have any time if this happens next game. There's no time available for them for pausing, and you know, we're going to see this continue to be a problem for them as they're just constantly put into 6v5 situations as long as Caesar's having this issue.
Yep, and you guys are worrying about this, but I have actually gotten confirmation that Lionheart will be getting a sub after this match. Obviously, we don't allow in-game subs, so we can't stop the game for him, but, yep. But as we go into this, Purple Panda on this Widow has been actually doing a lot. Obviously, they have a man advantage, so it's not fair to say how much work he would normally be doing. But with running this double sniper, triple sniper if you include Anna, and just pushing in hard with it, has been doing some work. As Digital now on the Roadhog will be back. Obviously, Caesar ready to join the lobby.
Well, and Ghost getting the nano boost there, turning the fight around on the back of the Reinhardt, and that is going to be what they needed here to cap out this second point, slowly but surely getting in there. I don't think there's anyone that's going to be able to contest this in time, and no, that is going to be the second point captured here by the side of Supremacy, as they're looking very strong to finish out this map. Ghost and Fibers both with their ultimates, of course. On the other side, they've got the Graviton, the Earth Shatter, the Resurrect, and the Trance Up. So they can hold on here for a couple of fights, but whether they're going to be able to last the entire time is another question entirely. Creepy using that trance very early on. Now the Graviton's going to come out, but the counter Earth Shatter kind of stops the... Oh, that does not, though. Stops the follow-up for a second there, but the counter Earth Shatter was definitely enough for them to win that fight. However, 3 of those 4 ults that Lionheart had available are now gone, and you know, hopefully Caesar is able to stay in here, but they only have the Resurrect available for them right now. So definitely going to need to not allow any picks, and Ninja going to be the first one to fall, actually. That being said, Caesar goes down, and Purple Panda getting a nice shot onto him. And now we have Purple Panda taking a nice positioning up top here, just trying to get on a Creepy, unable to do so, but Ryan is there to finish the job. Both teams getting these kills pretty even so far, but we do have a bit of an advantage here going to the defenders as they are much closer to their spawn.
Yep, and ult advantage for the side of Supremacy, actually for the side of Lionheart, I'm sorry, as 3 ults coming on, and Transcendence not being that far away, along with the Graviton. Shatter coming out, getting 2 people, but however, the follow through isn't there, as they're all hiding from the tactical visor. However, Ryan popping a tactical visor of his own is going to kill Caesar and get the better of that. But everybody else on the side of Supremacy dying, and they're going to have to back away and completely reset.
Yeah, so now Supremacy has burned off a little bit over a minute here in this 3rd point, so they're definitely getting to the point where they want to figure this out. Graviton coming in from the defense, but I don't know. Ooh, Ninja just hanging on the front side of that Reinhardt shield there, and able to get hit by that hook and pulled out of the Graviton to his death. But still an opportunity here for Supremacy to keep moving forward as long as they don't lose Ghost. Ghost brought down very low, but healed back up by that Ana. And now we're going to see the sound barrier coming in for Supremacy as they try to make their final push. Fiber's getting the kill, Ryan getting another kill, and we're going to see the Reds coming in as well as the Tactical Visor here from the defense, and the Trance trying to keep them all alive, and it's going to be successful, but only a meter left here for the side of Supremacy to push, as they are they've still got a couple of minutes, 2.5 minutes left on their clock to finish out these last few meters.
Yep, but however, Lionheart, when Caesar's there and actually ready to play, looking extremely strong, as they've been shutting down the offense of Supremacy. However, also getting popped up as they whole hog into the Ryan shield, and they nano visor. Shatter coming out, gonna be killing as they take this without a problem.
Yeah, that at the end got the nano boosted tact visor onto Ryan, and of course the whole hog coming out were enough to blast all of Lionheart backwards off of the point. And that's Supremacy taking the first map of King's Row 3-2, and we'll see what Lionheart decides to go with for our next map. They are going to get a sub for Caesar, or maybe, I mean, maybe they're sticking with him now that he's in here, but... Ooh.
Yup, and right there, that's the huge bomb that won them that round.
Yeah, Ginger getting the Earth Shatter in there too, just for good measure. And it's definitely good play out of Lionheart there. But Supremacy coming out on top, proving that they are one of the stronger teams in this league.
Yep, and just getting confirmation that they are subbing in Caesar for Alpha JJ.
Okay.
And now I'm just trying to figure out what map we are going to do. As we are going on Numbani.
Numbani. So we're gonna have a couple of escort maps, or well, hybrid maps rather, to finish out our night here. Well, that's what Supremacy hopes. Supremacy hoping that they can win Numbani here, take the series 2-0, and I believe are they playing tomorrow night? Are Supremacy playing tomorrow night?
Yes, and I believe they're going to be playing against Invigorate, which is going to be
Ooh.
our sweaty game of the season.
I guess so. Absolutely. Yeah, Supremacy definitely looking to go into that game against Invigorate undefeated still. As I think, you know, if there's any team that can defeat them, it's got to be that Invigorate team. I'm assuming Supremacy has also played Resilience this year, or this season rather, and you know, if Resilience couldn't come out on top, I think it's got to be Invigorate that does it. We'll see what ends up happening tomorrow, but right now Supremacy still has to get through Lionheart, who you know, they've chosen Numbani to be the second map of this series.
Yep, and obviously Lionheart now picking offense to begin with. Kings Row, even though they lost it, I'm mainly gonna blame that on Caesar's Wi-Fi. Not specifically Caesar, his choices, his game sense or anything, but his Wi-Fi. As we saw on that last defense, Caesar was there, and he played, and Mommy held. But to me.
Okay, I was wondering if that was me or Mega. Yeah, Mega is lagging super hard, unfortunately, right now. But yeah, we are gonna see Lionheart on the attack here first. Creepy probably not gonna be staying on this Orisa, but you know, everything else we could see out of him. I bet Digital Sith will switch onto the Tracer, as that is definitely the hero he is most known for. On the defense, however, we're going to be seeing Ryan on the Roadhog, Ghost on Reinhardt, of course, Fibers on the Soldier 76, and Panda playing the Genji this time. So a couple of swaps coming out from the side of Supremacy here, but basically just looking to control this high ground and not allow the side of Lionheart to get onto this point very easily. Lionheart going to rotate all the way around to the left side, and it looks like they're going to be pushing up through top left, trying to get out behind their Rhine shield and get established up on this right side high ground. But so far, unable to do anything. Fiber is actually going to be taking down Digital Sith right off the bat. So starting out this fight not very good for Lionheart, as they are already going to be losing a main source of DPS here as they try to get pushed in. But we are going to see Digital Sith coming back very quickly on this Tracer. Shouldn't be too long. Lionheart going to readjust, find a new path of attack, and they're going to go underneath now and push right out onto the point. Good call from them, as it forces somebody to come down and contest them on the objective. But Alpha taken out, Cake taken out, Tommy also taken out for the defense, so maybe a chance here for Lionheart to get pushing forward. But still, the kills definitely favoring Supremacy here. And yeah, slowly but surely going to be cleaning them up. Digital Sith does take Fibers out, but they're both going to be getting back here at about the same time. So not really a worthy use of that Pulse Bomb here. So Lionheart down a minute and a half already. They've only managed to get 16% built up on this control point, and they are really just looking for a chance to make a decisive push in here. They are going to have the Resurrect available from Cake, so if they manage to get a couple of kills here, they can turn this around. Ghost going to go down. That is definitely the start that they're looking for, and they are now able to control this high ground pretty effectively with Purple Panda and the Fibers getting a couple kills there. Resurrect coming in though from Cake, able to turn this fight back around. Purple Panda now the only one left alive, pulling out the Dragon Blade, trying to clutch it up. Not going to be able to, only gets one first trouble, and now Ghost going to be caught out of position, going to be staggered here as the entire side of Lionheart is jumping on top of, well, maybe he's going to be staggered. Ghost so far has gotten away. Digital Sith actually is going to be the one to go down. So Supremacy doing a very good job of backing out of that one, even though they had lost the fight. And once again, you know, Lionheart able to take the point, but I can't help but feel that Supremacy is still in control of this game.
Yep, and however, the first point on offense already looking better than King Bro. So it just shows what happens when they actually have a full team. I'm sorry, I just cannot let that go. With how close that game did turn out to be when Caesars finally came back to play, I cannot let that go. But however, huge ults up for the side of Lionheart as a Graviton coming out 3 in it, and everyone dying as it is a great nothing but red in the kill feed as the Lionheart is going to continue pushing up into this.
Yeah, they do make good use out of that Graviton there and keep it pushing forward through the streets of Numbani. And Supremacy now on the back foot. They are going to be coming in with 5, almost 6 ultimates ready to go. But they don't really have good positioning coming out here, and they're still waiting on a couple members to get out of spawn and join them here as they try to contest this payload. And actually the first kill going to be going out onto Tommy Jet. The sound barrier coming out a little bit late, but it is there to defend against that Earth Shatter, and the counter Earth Shatter is followed up on huge, but no, Cake with the Resurrect turns it all around. Every ultimate was used there by the side of Supremacy, so now Tommy needs to get back here with that nano boost if they want any chance of holding on to this fight, but no, not gonna happen. Ghost and Fibers are going to go down, and now it's Lionheart continuing to move it forward, even though they were pushing into a huge ult disadvantage.
Yep, and it was honestly the big hook from Digital. We saw Digital. He started that fight by getting a hook onto the Ana Tommy Jet. That's a perfect way to start a fight when you take out the main source of healing. But then Digital stayed in the backline. Nobody focused him. I don't know if Tommy didn't call it out, or if they decided to not just focus him. But then he goes back and he goes after Ryan, their main DPS. And honestly, it just went from bad to worse that they continue ignoring them. Even right now, Digital is just in the backline as he pulls Ghost into the corner and just whole hogs him by himself. Digital right now is the flanking Roadhog, something we see mainly from Harbu, and for some reason nobody is trying to stop him from doing that.
Yeah, Digital being left completely uncontested. Tommy still with this nano boost coming out. Fibers with the tactical visor, so looking for the nano visor to come out right now. We'll see if they're able to get anything with it. Viper's going to do a lot of work with it, getting a couple of kills and taking down Alpha very low, but the Resurrect coming in from Cake. The Earthshatter's there to counter it, but now the tactical visor is going to be coming in from Alpha, trying to see if he can turn this around. And is anyone even going to be able to get on this point? No, nobody gets on the payload and stalls out. Ghost charged right past it, and that's going to be Lionheart sitting a very, very impressive time here on Numbani as they try to get this series turned around.
Yep, and I'm honestly very surprised with how quick they did take this. I was honestly, even though like they're having all 6 people and playing, like I brought that up earlier as a joke, just seeing how strong they were. But even with that, still finishing the map on a team like Supremacy, I thought they were just gonna get held right at the end, but especially with time, and this is over a minute, so now this gets dangerous for the side of Supremacy. Should they even get held with no time, they will not even get a chance to play this out. But they do get their chance at offense like everyone else, and Fibers on the Soldier has been actually doing a lot of work. Normally I see him as only staying on the Tracer, but showing his flexibility. But right now, I'm gonna have to be wondering for what exactly is gonna be the plan on on the side of Supremacy that to limit Digital, because of Digital now on the Soldier, obviously. But if he goes back to that Hog, are they actually gonna focus him this time when he goes to the back line, or are they gonna leave him be? Because I'm gonna have to give the round MVP of the Nambani offense to Digital, and no one really, and no one else really deserves it as much as him right now.
Oh yeah, he absolutely was the factor there for them. You know, hitting hook after hook throughout their second and third point attack. But we will see what Supremacy has here to answer that. We are going to see them coming out with a pretty standard dive composition. Ryan's going to be on the Diva here, trying to get up and in the face of this defense, and already helping out. Purple Panda getting 2 kills, both of the DPS gone here for the side of Lionheart. And yes, this is going to be a first point take here very quickly from Supremacy, as they are trying to match that time, and definitely on pace to do so far. Ryan putting in work on that Diva, doing a very effective job diving in there. And Purple Panda, of course, getting those dash resets on the Genji. 3-4 kills, I think, in the kill feed there, as they get that first point in less than a minute.
Yep, and Purple Panda on Genji going absolutely off as he gets Digital, Alpha, and Creepy, and Ginger all in that fight, getting a 4-man. But going into this next fight, Fibers immediately getting a pick. This dive comp doing work as Fibers gets a kill onto Lucio, and now the Dragon Panda takes that out. But right now, if I'm Digital, running the pharmacy, and I'm not sure about the pharmacy. I would have said actually go to the Hog. But Alpha JJ actually beat him to it, as he's gonna now be running the Hog.
Yeah, I don't know what the idea behind this pharmacy is. Pharmacy not very effective against a dive composition on when you're playing the defense, because by the time Digital Sith is even able to make anything happen, and as the Pharah, the rest of his team has lost the ground war and died below him. So definitely not the answer, I think, to this dive attack here coming out from Supremacy. But we'll see whether Digital Sith is able to make it work. Cake does have that Resurrect up and available, but Ryan with the self-destruct and the Nano Boost coming out. The self-destruct going to be thrown out in the back, not going to get anything with it, but going to push members of Lionheart way back. But here it is, the Earth Shatter coming in from Ginger Avenger, and the follow-up is there, as Lionheart going to be turning back the side of Supremacy finally, and getting this payload stabilized, which is absolutely necessary, as Supremacy just now getting down to 5 minutes and 15 seconds on their timer. This payload has not really stopped since they unlocked it, and I mean, they unlocked it about as quickly as they could too, so you know, a whole lot of time still available here for Supremacy to finish out the map. Even though they lost those couple of picks there very early, Rip Snort now pushing up pretty aggressively. If Supremacy is smart, they'll jump on top of this, and they are going to do that. Jumping in, but not able to finish off Rip Snort before he gets away. So still, Supremacy looking for their way to break in right now. Lionheart not giving them quite the opening they need, but the Dragon Blade going to come out. Taking out Cake means no Resurrect available. Ghost going to go down, but there is both of the sound barriers as well. They get caught in that Graviton, but Ryan with the Defense Matrix blocks all of the follow-up, and now they are going to have the advantage here as they've got members of their team coming back in. Supremacy looking strong to make this final push. They still need to take out Ginger, who's done a very good job staying alive throughout this entire fight and keeping that shield up. There it is. Ginger going down. Now the full dive can come in. They have no Reinhardt shield to protect them. They do need to keep someone on this payload, but as they're staggering out these kills one by one, they're going to make it very, very difficult for a full contest to come out. The self-destruct comes out just to keep people off the point, and that is a very impressive 3-point capture coming out from Supremacy to say, you know what, Lionheart, good job. Good job, but we got you. 3:48 left on their timer.
Yep, and this is gonna be very interesting and seeing how this continues. But still, a huge advantage, I would say, coming into Numbani on with that extra time. Obviously, not looking like much at the beginning, but as this gets dragged out on this map. Um, uh, I'm sorry. As it gets dragged out in this map, Numbani is one of those game modes where even just one of those maps where a few seconds helps out a lot, especially since the street phase of Numbani is extremely short.
Yeah, one of the most punishing second phases in the game, by far.
Yeah, am I still cutting up, by the way?
A little bit in there. But you're good right now. But yeah, coming in here, we are going to see the side of Lionheart on the attack here first. And they are going to need to have a very decisive attack here in order to break this defense quickly. Cake definitely going to be trying to get that resurrect up, but their plan is to just dive immediately onto the point and get as much percentage as possible. Not a bad idea with these new changes, but not working out for them that time. Only 15% captured for them right there, and they're going to be turned back pretty quickly there.
Yep, and because of how they're holding right now on the point, I would say that Lionheart needs to push up top left. They need to take advantage of the fact that they're all backing up from it and take advantage of that high ground with Alpha JJ on the soldier.
Yep, Lionheart going to go for much of the same thing though and try to get back onto this point, but again, the dive coming out from the defense, getting onto them immediately and taking two out, both supports out before the fight can even get started. So even if kills do come in here for Lionheart, they don't have the sustain. They need to just let themselves get wiped and come back in, as they're now below a minute on their timer. Only 15.3% captured for them so far, as Supremacy is looking like they're going to be able to make it a battle of the percentages here on this first point of Numbani. This first point is definitely a tough one to attack, but Lionheart having a very, very hard time. Now switching Digital Sith onto the Pharah as they look for any way to break in here. We'll see if that's going to be enough as they try to go all the way up top left, as you suggested. Trying to take out Ghost right off the bat, see if that's the pick, but no, Ghost going to be popping the Primal Rage. Fiber's going to be able to fall though, so this might be the chance that Lionheart is looking for. They get one kill on the board, and now they're on the point. They're going to start building up this control percentage. Graviton comes in, but no follow-up is there. Ginger's actually going to be taken down very low, taken out. The Resurrect comes in immediately to bring him up, but the self-destruct from Ryan taking out Digital Sith. Now, all of these kills are coming in for the defense. Fiber's going to fall to himself, I think, but still, the kills coming in for the defense. It's still very even on this point. Ryan going to be taken out, but nobody's on the point right now, and they get, oh no. Lionheart gets off the point there at the end, and it ticks out. Supremacy holds them on first point on their second attack. Now Supremacy only needs to get 15.4% of capture progress. So basically Lionheart cannot leave this objective for the entire time, for this entire 3 minutes and 48 seconds that Supremacy is going to have on their attack.
Yep, and honestly, with this heavy dive comp coming out, I really don't see anything they can do. They honestly, I would say honestly, they need the Symmetra and the Mercy. If there's a small chance of anyone getting picked off, they're gonna need that teleport and that res to be ready. This is do or die, as if they lose this, obviously they will lose the map and they will lose the series. But still, it's gonna come down to Digital, who's still not on the hog. They're gonna run the triple tank, and I don't know. I thought Alpha JJ's soldier was going off, and it was actually Digital's Roadhog going off, but they've actually decided to trade characters, and it's really going to come down to those two on the damage, on how well they can control Fibers, Panda, and Ghost on those characters.
Well, they also better not let themselves get distracted for even a second, because if they don't have someone on this point for any amount of time, it's going to get captured out. And we already see the drop down as they're forced off of the high ground because of that fact. But the first kill coming in for Ghost, Panda as well, getting a kill. This defense is very spread out as Supremacy is coming in very strong and taking advantage of this. One kill coming in for the defense. This point has been contested the entire time, but all of these kills are coming in for Supremacy as they are taking this map, and they are going to take the series 2-0.
Yep, and Supremacy, a very strong team, showing why. But also the side of Lionheart, also a very good team as they finish a map on Supremacy. So by no means are they a bad team, but just Supremacy looking extremely strong. With the huge triple kill coming out from this rip snort on that Diva, on that Zarya, not Diva, doing absolutely all he could have.
Yep. Very unfortunate stuff there for Lionheart, losing King's Row, as you said, probably because of the the connection issues from Caesar. And then Numbani really, I mean, a close game. They had a lot of trouble on that second attack there, and as a result, Supremacy able to come out on top pretty convincingly, 2-0 in this series, and move into the last day of league play completely undefeated. Only team, right? Only undefeated team?
Yep. That man Invigorate well.
Oh, Invigorate's also undefeated. Well, so tomorrow is going to be definitely one of the most entertaining matches of the season. Definitely going to encourage everyone to come out, watch, bring your friends, tell your mom, tell your dad, you know. It's going to be some very entertaining Overwatch.
Yep, and do you want to plug yourself, Gold?
Yeah, absolutely. We're finishing up. I'm Gold Streams. I've been doing these casts, doing some casting. I did want to shout out a little thing I'm doing on the side. We're doing a boys versus girls kind of exhibition map coming up soon. And we're going to be seeing some, top tier grandmaster, what the hell? A team of boys and girls from each tier, grandmaster all the way down to a platinum and lower game. So if you're interested, contact me in the Discord. If you want to come watch, we're going to be doing it over on the Amateur Gamers channel or on PSN. But yeah, definitely come out and hang out with us tomorrow night for our last night of league play, because it's going to be a fun one. Aside from that, I'm good, man. I think we're all set to wrap her up.
Yep, you're waiting for